and welcome to Ginger Welsh Allotments. I am Bethan and today I'm in my back garden and I'm really excited to show you our chickens. We had some rescue chickens on Sunday and it's Tuesday today, so we've had them for 2 days essentially, and we've already had 3 eggs, so we're very pleased about that. But a bit of sad news, we did originally have 4 chickens, and when my husband came out to check on them this morning we were down to 3, so we buried one in the back garden and hopefully the other 3 will be okay. I've not kept chickens before, so I'm not really sure why the other one died. I think it might have been just the stress of moving, being put into the cat carrier to come here, and it might have just been a bit too much for it. Because they are rescue chickens, they're rescued from a battery farm, so they are very used to being in very small spaces, as in their body width spacing. So maybe the new space was a bit too much for it, and it was called fajita, but unfortunately it's no longer fajita. But I'll show you the chickens now. Here they are up close. The lightish one is Griff's and he's called it Clucky, and then this one in the front is Nugget, and then the one hiding at the back is Book. And as you can see with Book, her comb, which is the red thing on top of her head, is to one side, it's not standing up proud, and it should be a bright red colour, and that is one of the problems with battery farm chickens, that they're not entirely healthy. Now Clucky isn't looking too bad with her comb, but the others are, and as you can see from the back, they're quite low on feathers. At the moment this is their chicken coop, and over time they will come out into the garden hopefully and peck around out here, but just for the immediate future this will be their sort of playing area where they have their food and their water, and they've got a bit of treat food on the floor that they can peck at, and then they come up this ladder and this is where they sleep and should be where they poo, and then back there is where they lay their eggs. When they first arrived they wouldn't actually come out into this area. My husband had to lift them out, but since they've come out and they've discovered that their food is down here, 2 of them came out by themselves this morning, but Clucky had to be lifted out again. So hopefully they'll get the hang of it over time and they'll just come out to find their own food as and when they want it. It is a bit cold at the moment, so I am a little concerned about the lack of feathers, but my husband's done a lot of research on it, and he said that with chickens you actually worry that they'll overheat more than they'll underheat. I don't know about that, but if anybody has any comments about that, then please let us know. Obviously we were a bit concerned about why the 4th chicken died last night. As we've not kept chickens before, we wondered if it was too cold for them, but I think it might have just been the stress of moving. Let's hope so anyway. Let's hope we don't lose any more of them. For me, keeping these chickens is a really huge step, because you look on TV quite a lot and you see all the awful things that happen in the world that you have no control over at all. And actually rescuing these 3 little chickens, I feel like I've done a little bit to help the world with all the sort of worry about pollution and the air miles we put on things where we import and export goods. And I've been thinking about that for a while, because I always try to buy British. I've now grown a lot of my own fruit and veg. There's obviously some bits that I still need to buy. Like I haven't got room for a cow, so I'll never be able to buy a cow. I'll never be able to have my own milk. So I will always need to buy milk, and I will probably always need to buy wheat to make bread from. But little by little, I am trying to change how I buy and how I cook, so that I'm not using as much plastic. I'm getting the eggs as fresh as possible. When I buy meat, the meat is from a really good butcher, so I know that the animals have been treated well. And I feel all these things are really important as we move forward, because of all the global warming and all those issues. I feel like this is my little bit, and I know it's only a little bit and it's only me doing it, but if more people do it, then we can help the situation a little at a time. We are all very excited to have these chickens. We've been wanting to get chickens for ages, and back in September my husband saw on, I think it was a Twitter page, that there was something like 43 rescue chickens needed rescuing. So we phoned up, but when we phoned up, they'd actually all been rescued, which was really good. They'd all been rehoused. So we put our names down on the waiting list then, and we got an email through a month ago to say that we would pick the chickens up on the 9th, which was actually my son's 4th birthday. So amidst all of the partying, the chickens arrived as well. And I'm really pleased that we went for rehousing the chickens, because these chickens, being as they were battery farmed, essentially when they stop laying 3 or 4 eggs a day, then they get, and it's been something I've been thinking about for a long time. I've always bought free range eggs for many years now, but I have in the past bought battery eggs, and it was only really when I met my husband and he said that we should buy free range eggs that I actually thought about the ethics and the morals behind having or buying free range eggs. And I thought, actually, it is important to me. The more ethics and morals you have, the more money it costs. But to me, it made sense to buy free range, because I knew that the animals in question had a good quality of life throughout their life. So I'm ever so pleased to now be giving these girls a good home. I shall keep you updated with how the chickens are doing over the next few weeks. And that's it from me for today. So thank you very much for watching. And all I can say about this is 3 eggs, so lovely job!